What up and welcome back? It's your girl Jane, the plainest Jane, and we got some syrup to get into. Y'all know things are always sticky in Hollywood in real life, and this is a real life story. As we continue to cover Shanquella's situation, I do still want to get into some real other news that is going on in the world. Okay, the Shanquella story can be very heavy. Not that this one is any lighter, so to speak. It's really sick what's going on. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger on the screen because, baby, when I tell you what you see on this screen here is not a drill, read the fine print. You know, YouTube doesn't like you cussing too much in the first 5 minutes of the video. Otherwise, they'll suppress it. And this is something that definitely needs to be spoken about. It needs to be shared. It's disgusting. It's uncomfortable. But if we don't talk about it, our kids are up for grabs and egg. Okay. So read this really closely. It is not a drill. This really happened. And we're going to watch the footage in which he admitted this stuff on camera in an undercover sting operation. So we're going to get into this story out of Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, as a matter of fact. And what do you know? These types of things going on in Chicago, Illinois. Y'all know I covered the R. Kelly trial, right? Interesting. But also there's another story that we have here. There's an after-school Satan club that's actually already in existence in several schools across America, and it could be coming to an elementary school near you. Okay, to think that an elementary club is adopting an after school Satan club is really crazy. So zoom in, take a look at this thumbnail, take a look at this image. You can see this satanic symbol. This is their logo, and I found some things. This is a part of a series that I like to call Issues Under the Flag. So if you're not familiar with either my channel or this series in particular, just sit tight because we're going to explain and get into exactly what Issues Under the Flag is. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but I want to dive straight into this first story just so that y'all know what's going on and so that you can have your red flags ready and you can be a bit more vigilant about what's going on at your child's school after school and what type of after school programs they may be pitching or trying to lure your children into. It's pretty wild.
The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
All right, and we are back. Let's go ahead and get straight into this story. It's bizarre. It's bizarre to think that you send your child to a learning institution and they come back and things are being handed out to them that you would never imagine. Like, why is this? Again, let's just take a look. Let's take a look at what's really going on in this school system. The school dean brags, right? And he's actually caught in 4K on camera. No denying it. Okay. In a sting operation. Brags about handing out what and what and what to students while teaching them about queer what? I'm trying not to say the trigger words in the beginning of the video, but do y'all see what's right here on the screen? Could you imagine we're talking about students between 13 and 18 years old. And they coming home with XXX toys. Okay. All right, we're back. All right, so there are groups of people who are dedicated to catching these people red-handed, discuss what they do with almost kind of like no shame. And he admitted to this. And I think it's important to see. And it's definitely important to expose these people. I'm going to talk about the series of events, what the school is doing as damage control, and a couple of other things that we need to get into as well. If you haven't already subscribed, because you know the Black news is what I do, protecting the kids and getting worked up about the kids, rightfully as the whole, whether you have kids or not, it takes a village. It takes a village. Right? When it comes to building community and helping, communities grow and flourish, it's not just the people who are responsible for birthing them who are who contribute to the betterment or the detriment of said children. It takes regular everyday citizens with or without child to call out certain things. So let's get into this.
I had like our LGBTQ plus health center come in. They were passing around butt plugs and dildos to my students, talking about queer sex, using lube versus using spit.
Meet Joe Bruno, Dean of Students at the prestigious Francis W. Parker Private School in Chicago.
Like, sir, are you being for real right now? Like, you really? I'm so glad they got this on recording.
I had like our LGBTQ plus health center come in. They were passing around butt plugs and dildos to my students, talking about queer sex, using lube versus using spit.
Meet Joe Bruno, Dean of Students at the prestigious Francis W. Parker Private School in Chicago, which happens to charge $40,000 per student.
They're just like passing around dildos, butt plugs. The kids are just playing with them. They're like, how does this butt plug work? How do we do how does this work? That's a really cool part of my job.
Parents might be stunned to learn that Bruno's version.
Did y'all see the GBCs? I'm just pointing things out, because is that really necessary to teach? If you're teaching the GBCs, right, to somebody who is just to a child that is just getting familiar with the ABCs, why is the GBCs necessary, right? I get some people gonna come in here and they just gonna be triggered off. You're phobic. No. Why are you teaching an infant / toddler the GBCs? Like,
my job.
Parents might be stunned to learn that Bruno's version of love and acceptance means handing out sex toys to underage students.
So I've been the dean for 4 years. During Pride, we do a Pride Week every year, and I had like our LGBTQ plus health center come in. They were passing around butt plugs and dildos to my students, talking about queer sex, using lube versus using spit.
Who is this?
This is an LGBTQ plus health center came in to talk to my high school students. They're just passing around dildos, butt plugs. The kids are just playing with them. They're looking at them.
In the school?
In a classroom.
Wow.
Yeah. While I'm sitting there. Then we had a drag queen come in, pass out cookies and
not cookies,
brownies, and do photos.
That's so amazing. And everybody's cool with that, like the butt plugs and the dildos. Nobody complains.
No.
I mean, if the parents found out, but they...
No. It's queer sex. This is the drag queen that came in.
What's her name?
Alexis Bevels.
Alexis Bevels.
And just hung out in my classroom.
Was there?
Or hung out in my office.
You have so much freedom. So much wiggle room.
So much freedom. So much money.
I mean,
to do stuff.
Trustees are okay with that too? They don't know.
They would. It's I wouldn't even run it by them. Why would I run it by them? They'd be like, oh my God, that's wonderful.
Yeah. How old were the kids with the classroom?
14, 18. They're like, how does this work? How do we do, how does this work?
Right.
So yeah, that's a really cool part of my job is I don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Sir, excuse me. No, it's queer. I mean, there's nothing wrong with loving who you love and people. And it's not just people who are over 18 who, are part of the LGBT community. However, it's inappropriate. But under the guise of you're phobic, if you say anything, there's this level of apprehension to discuss, hold accountable, or point out the wrongdoing of some of the stuff under the umbrella of what the LGBT community or certain members, because it's not all of them, but certain members trying to get access and attach themselves and indoctrinate children or introduce them to things that really they have no right to do. No right to do. And to be fair and to be clear, dildos, butt plugs, and lube isn't anything that is specific to the LGBT community. There are people in the heterosexual community who do that too. But you don't see heterosexual people or teachers or administrations or school staff handing these things out because they would never get away with it. But when you say, well, we're being queer inclusive, so if you have a problem, then you must be phobic. no, something's wrong with you and what you're doing. I mean, you've even got people now saying, listen, if men don't like trans women, then they're phobic. No, it means that they like people who were assigned women at birth. They were born with a vagina, regardless of what you transition to and what your present day pronouns are. So this apprehension, right, that is so easily like understood. It's normalized to address the egregious behavior of some of the members of the LGBT community and what they are doing in schools is crazy. It's crazy. And I just don't think it's fair. There are plenty of articles about this when I saw this, and what they've done is they've actually they have disabled their they got a lot of ads. They got a lot of backlash. They got you can imagine, right? They got a lot of heat. And so what happens? They disable their social media. Something went wrong. Try again. I mean, he's bragging about these things. He thinks that they're cool and that they're okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up an article, and we're just going to glance over it really quickly, and then we're going to move on to the next story and kind of break down what this series is about. Issues under the flag. And thank you so much for subscribing if you haven't already, because I cover a variety of topics, but y'all know I'm sensitive about the kids. Y'all know I prioritize Black news, whether it be both entertainment and stuff to make us laugh, whether it be serious stuff. And y'all know I get a little triggered. I get a little serious about the kids. So his name is Joseph Bruno. The school is Francis W. Parker School in Chicago, Illinois. He's under fire after a video exposed him online went viral. A Google cached version of his now deleted LinkedIn page says he's the dean of students at the school. And on Facebook, the school describes itself as an independent, co-educational college preparatory school. And could you imagine paying $40,000 a year to send your child to school for them to come home with lube, dildos, and butt plugs? Lord. According to the website, Parker has students from pre-K to the 12th grade. About 1,000 other students attend the school with tuition ranging from $35 to $40K. Heavy wrote Joe Bruno through his school email requested comment. Okay. It'll be added to this story if a comment is received, if he responds to the email. And the school's website says that he's the dean of upper school student life. They also contacted the head of the school and the principal seeking a comment, and the school deleted its social media pages, including Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook pages, after the video of the dean went viral. Okay. So in a statement to WGN, the school says that the school cares deeply about the health, the well-being, and the development of students. Programs designed to help cultivate physical and emotional well-being, as well as strong sense of belonging, are central to our mission. They also added that last week at an industry conference, one of our employees was targeted. Oh my God, not targeted. Oh, it sounds like y'all taking up. Targeted by a member of Project Veritas and misled to believe he was conversing with another conference attendee over a coffee. He was filmed without his knowledge or permission while describing one example of our inclusive. Oh, so they're defending it. LGBTQ plus affirming and comprehensive approach to sex education. The publication deceptively edited the video with malicious intent. Last week at an industry conference, one of our employees was targeted. Okay, not them putting the same thing twice. Okay. Oh, wow. Not them saying he's the victim now. Not he was targeted. No, he was loosely discussing what he does at the school. That is crazy. Can y'all believe that? In the school. Now, I wonder how many parents are going to pull their kid out of this school. So they knew what he was up to. And they got his back. Not only that, they're going to let him continue. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. I'm really taken aback by this. I mean, should I go to the bush or should I get Tyra Banks out here on the floor? They out of pocket.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
Let me get my bricks to throw, because tomato. Let me throw bricks, because this is just not okay. It's not okay. Nonetheless, here's what I want to do. I want to tell you exactly what Under the Flag is about. Like, what is this series about? I get it. Like, this is just one of many of the disgusting stories and things that happen in schools. But for example, let's take a look at, this is a story that I covered a while ago. High school strip club, right? They literally, but it's for the LGBTQ students, where they can show up in their strip clothes and perform at an after school club. And the students were literally instructed to show up with money in order to tip these underage high school students. Another story we have here on the right is a transgender family used a daughter 7 in order to make fetishized porn. Okay. So when I talk about issues under the flag, I'm talking about predatory behavior that exists within certain people who label or categorize themselves within the LGBT community. And it doesn't matter how much I read, this, or I reiterate what this about, there's still going to be some people that say this is phobic. You're targeting us, you're mislabeling us. And I'm not mislabeling you, because I truly think that some of the people who are pedophiles and targeting children and want to sexualize them somehow, who have access to kids through the schools, I don't even think that all of them identify with the community. I think that they use that as this guise in order to make people more apprehensive about calling them out and holding them accountable. Pedophiles are not a part of I do not consider pedophilia to be a part of the LGBT community, although they're trying to attach themselves to the LGBT community. Does anybody know what MAPS stands for? MAPS? It stands for minor attracted persons. And there are groups, websites, organizations that call themselves minor attracted persons, and they normalize that, right? Full-blown adults attracted to children. And with that, they're trying to add an M to the end of the LGBT community. So they want it to be called the LGBTQIA plus M community, because they want to normalize their pedophilia and say, hey, this is just some LGBT shit. No, it's not. It's pedophilia. It's pedophilia. If there's not enough people calling it out, there's not enough people standing up and ringing the alarm about stuff like this. And I think that that's a problem. I'm not a part of the LGBT community. I'm not. But I see people who are part of the community discuss their outrage about a lot of things. Ain't none of them standing up and say, hey, y'all are hijacking our movement. Y'all are making us look bad, and stop calling yourself a part of the LGBT community when really you want kids. There's not enough of them ringing the bell about it. And so I'm like, hey, are they going to feel like I'm overstepping? I don't know. But guess what? I'm going to make noise about it, because it's foul. It's foul. So like I said, there is predatory behavior that exists within certain people who label and categorize themselves within the LGBT community. And once they infiltrate and merge themselves within the LGBT community, they use the flag as a shield or a loophole to get away with maliciously and intentionally trying to convert and indoctrinate children's impressionable minds. So there are a lot of steps and actions being taken by way of learning institutions and school districts to skip past the parents and work around parental consent, and to go straight to their children with heavy and potentially harmful information without getting consent from the parents. We're talking about body altering information, a lot of which is damaging with irreversible effects. These children are being targeted, and they're being forced to deal with the politicization of the LGBT agenda or curriculum. Okay. And to be clear, it's only an agenda as it pertains to children. Think about an agenda book. It lays out exactly what they're going to do, very strategic. Some people have an issue with the term LGBT agenda. Guess what? The only people that have an issue with it are people who are part of the community. And if you have a better way to put it, and if you want to join me in calling out this egregious behavior, join me. Join me. But the children are being groomed. The children are being sexualized. The children are being indoctrinated. And a lot of people are apprehensive to ask questions, because this stuff is being powered and executed by school systems and new government policies, and everyone's afraid of getting the backlash, right, of the LGBT community and being called out and having to deal with their wrath. And a lot of times we find out when it's just a little bit too late. It's just a little bit too late sometimes when we find out that children, and now pedophiles are all over the place, right? Pedophiles aren't just hiding underneath of the LGBT community. Like, they're hiding all over the place. However, this is a pattern that is inescapable. I see it all the time. I'm always scanning the news, the newspapers, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, who's calling this out? Nobody. I follow a lot of queer people. I don't see them making noise about this. So I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm going to talk about it. And so it's a series that I have. I have a whole issues under the flag playlist link down below in the description box. And I do have some other shows planned out as well. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty gross, you know, and uncomfortable to discuss, but the conversation needs to be had, because the collateral damage, if us adults feel like it's too uncomfortable to talk about, the collateral damage are the children. It's uncomfortable for us, but the kids got to go to school and they got to deal with it. The kids got to go to school and say, hey, I'm uncomfortable with this trans, you know, woman using the woman's bathroom, and that's called phobic, or you got to be quiet and you got to deal with it. And then you literally have things like this going on in schools that you're also not supposed to say anything about, in addition to the next story that we're going to discuss as well. So just to give you a comprehensive understanding of what is issues under the flag, that's what it is. This is what it is. So hopefully y'all get it. Hopefully y'all understand. Okay. And that's that. I want to get into, and thank you so much for hitting thumbs up on the video if you haven't already. Okay. It's sick. It's unimaginable, but make sure you understand exactly. I covered a story a while ago about a teacher who had tricked a student into, hey, do you want to join this arts after school club? Literally tricked the kid and said it was about art. When the child gets there, the teacher ended up saying, hey, do you sometimes feel like a boy that sometimes your mom want to put you in a dress and you don't want to wear a dress? You might be trans, but don't tell your mom we had this conversation, and continue to pump that kid full of that type of rhetoric under the guise of an art club. And really it was an LGBT club for a very young child. So there's a lot going on at these schools. Please stay vigilant. Please stay on alert. Look at the flyers. Look at what's being written down, and maybe even pop up at some of the after school clubs when it comes to your child spending time after hours at school, because I really don't even have a word to properly describe just how disgusting some of this stuff is. I just really don't. I really, really, really don't. Let me get back to get this thumbnail on the screen. This is what we're discussing today. Now we need to get into how this after school club, the after school Satan club, is already in several schools across America, but it's making its way all over the place. There's one in Virginia about to pop off on December the 15th, although there's a board meeting on December the 12th. It's trifling. It's trifling to say the very, very least. And I found something about it that's beyond it just being eerie, creepy, and uncomfortable. Something where I also feel like it falls underneath of this segment as well. So let's take a look. The Satanic Temple After School Satan Club. Okay, so here's an image of a permission slip that the school is sending home, trying to get the kids to sign up for. And you know, permission slips don't always have to be signed by the parents. Have any of y'all ever forged a permission slip, forged a signature on a permission slip? Baby, y'all know I have. I forged a permission slip in my day. So just because there's a permission slip doesn't mean that there's not a child that's going to slip through the cracks and sit in or be there when, as it pertains to this, you know, this story or any other. Okay. So what's really disgusting about this is this after school Satan program. Like, geez Louise, they even have family movie nights. And after announcing that that the schools would allow religious after school programs, schools are now legally required to allow the after school Satan club as well. After school Satan club, they legally have to allow, because the after school Satan club is saying, hey, well, you're discriminating against us. If you're going to allow the religious ones, then why y'all not letting us bust through the door? So they crying out discrimination. Okay. It's given very much Karen. It's given very, very much Karen. And this stuff is beyond crazy. What's really going on? This is somewhere, I think the one, and again, it's in Virginia, where on December 15th, it is supposed to start. I want to read some information. The announcement of an after-school Satan club at a Chesapeake primary school, literally elementary school. We talk about grades 1 through 5. Not that it would be appropriate for grades, 9 through 12, but 1 through 5, right? The announcement of an after-school Satan club at Chesapeake primary school caused concerned parents to reach out to a news station to investigate, and that's exactly what they did. A flyer advertising the club started circulating on social media promoting the club, which is set to launch on December the 15th at B.M. Williams Primary School. We are non-theistic, okay? Says a volunteer organizing the new club. She says, I understand the apprehension behind the satanic name, but he's just an imaginary figure that we look to because he's the eternal rebel that fought for justice in our community. Here's what we're going to do. I do have a news clip that I can show, that I'm going to show, just so you can kind of like hear the demeanor of how they talk about it as they advocate for this club. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit thumbs up on a video. It's free. Send $5 to the Cash App. It's just $5. You know what I'm saying? However you want to support the channel, even if it's not money, right? All jokes aside, it is greatly appreciated. Okay. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into this news clip. Hey, thanks for letting me keep you connected and in the know with what's happening in the Black world. Don't forget to smash on that like button for support and for more Black news.
The after-school Satan Club met for the first time here at Holmes Elementary. This has controversy brewing throughout the school district and the community.
I let my kids believe in whatever the hell they want to believe in, as long as they're happy and it's not hurting them or hurting someone else.
Christina Long sorts through her kids' bag.
Got some pencils and we got a sticker.
New school supplies from her kids' new group, the after-school Satan Club.
Did your kids have fun today?
Oh yeah, they had a blast. They can't wait for the next one.
It's sponsored by the Satanic Temple. The after-school program is popping up around the nation and in many schools that also give space to Christian groups. In Ohio, there's 3: Lebanon, Eaton, and now Wilmington.
We look to Satan as a symbol for standing up to tyrannical authority. To us, Satan is a symbol. It's like Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy.
The new group isn't about conjuring up spells.
Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy? So your excuse is Satan is not real. And that's what we teach in this club. But Satan, and we're talking about 1st through 5th graders, is just like the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus. Do you know that the kids think that they're real, though? The kids think that they're real and they hold on to that. Like, this is, imagine your child keeping Satan or the devil synonymous with the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus. And let's just imagine, and then they grow up and they just like satanic symbols and dark mat and all this other. Be for fucking real. Be for real. I can't believe you. And the Tooth Fairy give us money. Well, I'm saying us like I remember the money I got from the Tooth Fairy was, I look forward to, y'all are playing with kids' minds, not even developed yet. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Let's go to the bush. Let me, I need to bring it down a notch. But this is outrageous. This is outrageous.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
I just can't. B Styling says, no shade, but a lot of this stuff is already in kids' programming. That's true. And it's different. I'm not defending anything, but the hidden message and the innuendos that make us look like, is that what it really means? To the point where some adults are like, that's not what that really means. It might be a Disney movie, a kids, whatever. But to come flat out and say Satan, fall in love with him like you love the Tooth Fairy and Santa. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He's not real, but you should love him the same way you love the Tooth. Baby.
Instead, June Everett, the After School Satan Club national director, says it's about critical thinking, creative expression, and inclusion.
We don't talk about Satanism, even though we are non-theistic, meaning we don't believe, again, in a supernatural Satan. We don't push it on the kids.
Playing devil's advocate is Jane Johns. She stands alongside others that question the Satan Club's motives.
I think most people are frightened by hearing that. I mean, that is a little uneasy to take in.
Wilmington City Schools released a lengthy statement that reads in part, the After School Satan Club is not a district or school-sponsored event, and it does not endorse the activities or the intent of the group or any religious groups.
I understand that we have to have both. You know, if you allow one, you have to allow the other. But, you know, with Satanism, everything's linked to be evil. It's what we've been taught.
This sticker was one of many things passed out to kids in their goodie bags this afternoon, and this group will meet once a month. Reporting in Wilmington, Danielle Dindak, WLWT News.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain giant.
I don't even know what to say. Someone says, I think the news station is being trolled. Actually, they're not. There's a whole website for this. I've watched at least 7 different interviews in different places about this. The head, I forget what her little her title is. She defends, like, it's a real thing. This isn't even the first time I heard about it. I thought about doing a video about this, I think in March, but then other stories had like jumped in front of it and things. This is a real thing. I get it. It's like we're living in the twilight zone when we get to news stories like this. You're like, this can't be real. Like, pigs are clearly flying, right? It's real though. I'm just ready for Jesus to put his sandals on and come back and rescue us. Either that or the aliens can zap me up. Just zap me up, because this is beyond crazy. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. So I just, let's continue with some more stuff that I found that is I think, I don't want to say even worse, but when I fell down the rabbit hole earlier today, shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole News. When I fell down the rabbit hole earlier today, I found some stuff that really made me blink and look twice. Like, I know you lying. I want to show you a screenshot. I will go on the website, but baby, I don't want that dark energy. Here's a quick screenshot of the website. I don't want that dark energy, but it's a whole real thing. And they're already in several schools. So here's something to take a look at. And I want to know what you think, just to see how hip y'all are. Because I wasn't hip to this until I fell down and did about 2 hours of research today. So ain't nobody going to point out the high tolerance this community gets and has gotten in the past couple of years, but Black people are still being racially and socially profiled. Okay, say that. So yeah, their excuse is don't discriminate against us. If you got the religious stuff, then you got to allow us to. What do you see here? And does anybody know what this blue symbol is on the right? Do you know what this blue symbol is on the right? Because baby, we about to go deep, but not too far down. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know what the hell this blue symbol is. Put a 2 in the chat if you know exactly what it is. And it's not the devil. It's not the devil. Oh, I see some. I see some of y'all are hip. Oh, I see. A lot of y'all do know. I just learned about this symbol today. Do you hear me? I said, I know. You've got to be kidding me. Like, you've got to be kidding me. So let's take a look at this. Okay. I'm getting ready to take y'all on a quick. We get ready to speed this bus up real quick. Hit thumbs up. Make sure you paid your fare. Here's an FBI bulletin. Okay. Same symbol, right? You see this blue symbol right here on the right. Okay. Take a look at this. Same blue symbol. This is the FBI Intelligence Bulletin. Symbols and logos used by pedophiles to identify sexual preferences. Baby. And they use this type of symbolism in different things. Sometimes it'll be identical, and other times it'll just be slightly off. But this is how they pass off these little secret symbols to let people know exactly what they're into. So if Satan was enough, if Satanism wasn't enough, then it's the fact that they like young boys. Okay? Let's keep reading. Symbols and logos used by pedophiles to identify sexual preferences. The Intelligence Bulletin addresses crimes against children standing intelligence requirements set contained, okay? Pedophiles to include those who sexually abuse children, as well as those who produce, distribute, and trade child pornography, are using various types of identification logos or symbols to recognize one another and distinguish their sexual preferences. To specifically indicate the pedophile's gender preference, members of the pedophilic organizations encourage the use of descriptions such as boy love, girl love, and child love. These symbols have been etched into rings and formed into pendants and have also been found and printed on coins. The boy lover logo, which is this blue one right here, the boy lover logo is a small blue spiral-shaped triangle surrounded by a larger triangle, whereby the small triangle represents a small boy and the larger triangle represents an adult man. A variation of the logo is the little boy lover logo, which also embodies a small spiral-shaped triangle within a larger triangle. However, the corners of that logo are rounded to resemble a scribbling by a young child. The images are depicted below. So the FBI is hip to this, and they go after people based off of this. I want to show you a couple other symbols just so that you know. Just so that you know. And I'm actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the web page. This is a web page where they've actually archived the bulletin from when it was released, right? Sorry, let me zoom in. When we flip to the next page, okay. God damn, page, let me go down. Okay. There are other ones as well. And you see how innocent and simplistic they look, but they're conveying these different secret things. The girl lover logo depicted below is a small heart surrounded by a larger heart, which symbolizes a relationship between an adult male or female and a minor girl. Damn, I can't keep this thing still. So you can see and they look so simple. They really do look just so simple, but they do stand for certain things to the point where the FBI has zoomed in and they go after and they keep a close look and surveillance on these things because they know the type of sick behavior that is wrapped within them. The child lover logo shown below resembles a butterfly and represents a non-preferential gender child abusers. The child love online media activism logo, also represented below, is a general purpose logo used by individuals who use online media such as blogs and webcasts. The fact that they call it a child love online media activism logo. What is activism even doing in this equation? Because there's nothing that's active about this. And so you can see the boy love, the banner, the thing, like it goes deep. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they definitely exist. And the FBI is well aware of it. And they put out, kind of like an APB on the symbol. Be on the lookout, be on alert. We're already looking into them. So it's, Oh, you know what? I guess that emoji does look like that. You know what? Let me go back to the page. I didn't think about that. Hold on. You know what? That does look like that emoji. Wow. It does. I didn't even think about that because I don't use that heart emoji. That's crazy. But could you imagine? Did you know? Oh, you know what? This emoji also looks like the little circle thing. Wow. Look at the emoji on the screen with the comment I have highlighted and look at this. They do look a little similar. They got emojis. I mean, like this is beyond unbelievable. It's beyond unbelievable. And again, we go back to this. Thank y'all. You know what? I have a really intelligent bunch of viewers and supporters because I would have never put two and two together with those emojis, the two emojis that y'all just put in the chat. I would have never even put that together. Thank y'all so much. See, we got each other. I'm getting y'all hip, y'all getting me hip. We a team. This is sick. This is sick. And they're targeting all sorts of children, but then the 1st through 5th graders, I know you lying. Like I know you lying. It's bananas to me. When I fell down this rabbit hole while I was sitting at work today, I just couldn't even believe my eyes. I just couldn't even believe my eyes. I really couldn't. But you know, these are the types of things I think that we need to be aware. We need to be aware of these things. What are your thoughts? I mean, I get it. Everybody's flabbergasted and at a loss for words. I stay on top of things like this. We got to stop them. They tried to imitate the Girl Scouts logo. They make me sick. Let me look up the Girl Scouts logo. Hold up. Oh, I do see a little. I do see a little. I do see something. Let me put it on the screen. Dang, why it show up that size? Hold on. It does kind of remind me of like those two hearts and things. This is ill, you know? It's just ill. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm just thoroughly disgusted. Someone says, what does this emoji usually mean? Honestly, I see that emoji being used by people who are like spiritual, into like mediums and energy. That's where I typically see this little circle emoji. That's where I've pretty much only seen it used. I don't use it, but for the people who are just like, all they talk about is energy, nature, the earth, and things like that. That's where I see that emoji. Oh, hurricane, I guess. The old logo. Okay, let me just take another look. I only see 2 logos in my search. It is kind of giving hearts. Let me do one more search. Girl Scouts old logo and see what pops up if it's something different. Yeah, I don't see anything different popping up, but I do see a slight similarity in that, in the way that they either double up the hearts, and it's weird. It's absolutely weird. It's a whole hurricane. That makes sense. I feel like I might have seen it once or twice with the hurricane, but yeah. But I mean, to think that it's synonymous with something as sinister as this, does it not make you uneasy? Does it not make you uneasy? It's weird. So I just wanted to, I definitely had to bring that to your attention. Again, issues under the flag. It's just that it's a very controversial segment because some people come straight in and they'll see the flag or hear the name of the segment. You're targeting us. Why do you think pedophilia is a sexuality? It's not. It's a sickness, and those people need to be separated from the population, period. It's not. They're hiding under the guise. The LGBT community has been hijacked, period, point blank. And they're staying silent about it. And then they got a nerve to not want people like myself who aren't a part of the community to ring the alarm about it. No, the collateral damage to the silence and the apprehension and tackling tough topics like this, the collateral damage is the children. And I'm not having it. Whether it be my godkids, my nieces, my nephews, or children that I don't even know. You know, Jane love the kids. So I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm going to speak up and I'm going to talk about it. Period, point blank. I don't care who feels what way about it. I really don't. I really don't. So, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says, thank you for talking about this and bringing awareness. You are more than welcome. The more I get, the more I'm going to bring you. I already have a couple other shows like this lined up under this series. And I try to talk about it as respectful as possible. Like, did you hear me say anything phobic in this video? Put a 3 in the chat if I said something phobic. Put a 4 in the chat if I'm just keeping it real and just let you know what's going on. And I know it's going to be some trolls that come in later on. You just don't like gay people. You just don't like the community. That's not what it is. I'm keeping it real about some bad apples disguising themselves and using the guise of your flag as a shield and as a loophole to intimidate people from calling them out for targeting children. That's what I'm doing. I have no problem. I have several friends who are part of the community. That's it. And I've gotten long emails and messages about, maybe you should rethink this. You're giving us a bad name. I'm giving y'all a bad name by discussing the bad apples. I'm not painting all of y'all with one brush or generalizing all of you guys. It's the bad apples who have infiltrated y'all community. And either you don't see it or you don't want to discuss it. But I'm going to say something with my big mouth and my platform and my little bit of influence. That's what I'm going to do. So it is what it is. I did think about the Sega logo with that as well. I did think about that when I saw this. It's a really good point. I'm going to bring that up real quick. Sega logo. I did think about that. It gives those swirly, sort of vibes. It does. And it's a game, so it's clearly geared towards children primarily. So there are some things, and this was a conversation that needed to be had. Period, point blank. If anybody would like to join me in this discussion, email me anything about this discussion. If you see anything like this online and you want to send me information, please feel free. I am very reachable on social media, namely Twitter. You can also hit me up on Instagram, but let me put my email on the screen, although it is also in the description box. If there are things that you want me to cover related to this subject or really anything else as well, this is my email if you ever want to request a story or send something in to me. Okay. Now let's get ready for the last stream of the night, baby. We on a marathon tonight. I'm working hard. So thank you for the 2 cash apps that I have gotten. I really do appreciate that. Because we working hard this evening. Okay. So hit thumbs up if you haven't already. To my channel members, please use your special emojis for the next 60 seconds while we get up out of here. Get into this Black-owned business, Stickies. It's got things for inside your home, outside your home, and even on the go. JasmineMadeIt.com is your new destination for Black Girl Magic mugs, tumblers, and even wine glasses. You can even customize the tumblers and wine glasses. There's a lot going on for a low price over at JasmineMadeIt.com. And if you've been serious about wanting to support more Black-owned businesses, here's your chance. Let JasmineMadeIt.com handle all your problems for family and friends. You ever had a friend over and they just wasn't catching the hint or paying the rent?
Our asses all get to stepping.
Yeah, tell them to get to stepping with this nostalgic Martin-themed doormat and shop over a dozen different doormat designs over on JasmineMadeIt.com. All right, Stickies, you know what time it is. It's time to put your money where your mouth is and shop Black today. Make life easier for you and your household by taking your family's hot or cold beverages on the go with one of these unique tumblers. It's insulated to keep your beverage at temperature, and it comes with a few different reusable straws and even the specific brush that you need to wash it so you can keep it sanitized and germ-free. They've got all kinds of designs to match your mood or style. So grab something for your wife, the hubby, or even the kids over on JasmineMadeIt.com. That's JasmineMadeIt.com, and I'll see you over there. Okay. It ain't too late to get your holiday shopping done. Shipping is actually very quick as well. This is my cup from JasmineMadeIt.com. And don't forget, while you're doing your Christmas and your holiday shopping, use code Jane for 10% off of your entire purchase. There is no minimum purchase necessary. There are tumblers that are already designed. This is a cup that I customized, actually. You know, let me get this nasty symbol off the screen, child. There are things that are already made. There's a big selection of stuff that's already done, or you can customize tumblers, wine glasses, you name it. You can find it over there on JasmineMadeIt.com. So don't forget to use my code for 10% off. It is a brand that I personally use, that I know, and that I love. Okay. Now, it's time for us to go ahead and get out of here. Before we do, let me just go ahead and drop the bomb for some of y'all. And I'm just going to say it really quick and we're going to get out of here. We're having an ugly Christmas sweater party. And here's the flyer. Okay. I want y'all to come on camera. I want y'all to participate. If you don't already have an ugly Christmas sweater design, it is okay. Oh Lord, I don't want these nasty stories on the screen. Get you an ugly sweater, make one, buy one, do whatever you need to do and show up. We finna have a good time. Games, trivia, all the other stuff. It's really dope. I've got 2 slots left for sponsors if you want advertisement for your brand, as long as you have a website or a business page. It's finna be lit, okay? It's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know I'm over here in Baltimore. And it's going to be on Wednesday, December 21st. I didn't want to make it Thursday or Friday because I figured people are going to be getting in their last minute holiday shopping and doing whatever they need to do with their kids or family or whatever. So I did kind of put it in the middle of the week just to make sure the people who want to participate are available. So if you want to speak about your business, advertise your business during the Christmas party, and from here until the end of the year, make sure you do so. It's going to be lit, okay? Ugliest Christmas sweater wins the cash prize, and there are going to be other raffles, giveaway, drinking games are optional, but we are going to have Black trivia and a lot of other contests and things as well. So that's going to be really fun. I'm going to post it on the community tab soon, but I shared it with the channel members first a couple of days ago. So I am looking forward to that. If you do want to get an advertisement slot to sponsor the party, you need to get that in right away. Send me an email because I'm making the commercial for that before the end of the week to get y'all advertisement and so I can share your links and your businesses, okay? So you can hit me up on social media. And don't forget, even if you don't sell a good product or a service, even if you have a YouTube channel, right? The slots are just $25, which is a huge Christmas discount. So if you have a YouTube channel you want to advertise or whatever it is that you do, hit me up, send an email. There are a couple of different slots available. Okay. I think it's really going to be fun. And I want you all to show up and come on camera, and shout out to Fiora. Thank you so much for the cash app. Come up on camera and have a good time, and let's laugh, joke, and be merry. Okay. So that is that. Beyonce wore jewelry like one of the images. Oh my God. No, she didn't. I'm going to have to look for that. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yes, Fiora, I definitely want you at the Christmas party, okay? So you definitely, I'm going to DM you. I definitely want you at the Christmas party, on the panel, on camera, so we can laugh and joke. But nonetheless, let's close this video out and get ready for the next video. The next video is in less than 10 minutes. Again, I want y'all to call in about Shanquella. What are your thoughts? We're going to be talking about what Funky Deneva said about Shanquella's situation and what contributed to Shanquella's situation, and an issue that he feels is plaguing the younger generation, Gen Z and younger. So I want to have a really interesting dialogue about that. I know it's a little bit late, but we did 3 lives today, so I'm pumping them out back to back. So just thank you all for being here, and thank you all for your support and for your viewership. That's all I got for you. Okay. Y'all know things are always sticky in Hollywood in real life. See your girl Jane, the plainest Jane. Until the next video, make sure y'all stay beautiful, black, and blessed. like the video because that's free. It helps to put it in the algorithm and definitely get the word out about such a sensitive subject as what we discussed today. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and tap on that notification bell for an extra little razzle dazzle to make sure you don't miss out on any of the Shanquella updates, Black news, and me exposing some of the bad apples with the issues under the flag. Okay, let's get ready for the next video. We're going to be talking about Shanquella and a couple of other topics just to kind of lighten things up a little bit. So it's going to be a small show, but not too much. If you get the point, just be in the audience. Okay, I'm going to see y'all soon. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.